I really know what has happened, okay? What has happened is these young people now getting to college have no sense of history of any kind, no sense of history, no world geography, okay? No sense, okay, of the violence and the barbarities of history, okay? So they think that the whole world has always been like this, a kind of nice, comfortable world where you can go to the store and get orange juice and milk, and you can turn on the water and the hot water comes out, right? They have no sense whatever, okay, of destruction, okay, of the great civilizations that rose and fell and so on, and how, you know, and how arrogant people get when they're in a comfortable civilization, etc. Okay, right? So they now are being taught to look around them to see defects in America, which is the freest country in the history of the world, okay, and so on, and to feel, okay, that somehow America is the source of all evil in the universe. Okay? It's because they've never been exposed to the actual evil of the history of humanity. Okay? They know nothing. Okay?
No, it's quite true. And right now, the fashion with the identity politics is intersectionality. This is all the rage. And the premise of this theory, it's the idea that all the oppressions intersect with one another and form this matrix of oppression. And so young people in a typical gender studies class now learn that they inhabit a society that is this matrix of oppression, and depending on your identity, you might be advantaged, so you have unearned privilege, or you might be burdened because of your race, or maybe you have disability, or your gender, or your preference, and on and on. But underneath it all is this assumption that the United States is a white supremacist, imperialist, capitalist, patriarchal, oppressive society. And in order to liberate ourselves, we have to, well, I don't even know what they want to do, because it's all, maybe just blame one another and have little feuds on social media and on campus. And the fact that students are open to that view, that the society that they inhabit, that allows them to go to this beautiful university, is a matrix of misery.
Right.
But they've been taught that now through maybe as early as junior high school. They start getting this very distorted view of the world. So we have to hope it changes.
Well, the way they're taught, as far as I can see, all they've been taught is no bullying. Okay, do not bully. Okay, right? You should be a nice person. Okay, because people are really nice. Okay, and that really is that's the answer really to international affairs and geopolitics.
Yeah.
If we're nice, they'll be nice, okay? And if they're not being nice now, it's because we weren't nice to them in the past. Okay? So, I mean, it is so naive. You cannot believe the naivety. And we're heading, okay, into this very murky future, okay, of the world, okay, with terrorism on the rise. And I don't know how this generation is going to cope with it. I don't think they have the ability to cope with it. And so I think we're heading towards something like late Rome, where you have a Praetorian Guard, or you have the military kind of in charge of politics and throwing one emperor out and putting another one in, like that. So it concerns me, because I think
the Vandals are, we've got ISIS, and we have the Chinese, but they have an excess of 1 million men in the military.
Yes.
So we get these hyper-masculine societies.
Exactly.
And we're, worried about
and we're into like
toxic masculinity in the Ivy League.
Let's blend. Let's do like gender bending things. Meanwhile, you have like these the Vandals and the Huns on the on the borderlines of the empire, etc. Okay, all right. To me, it's like one of my favorite movies, The Time Machine. Okay, which is a movie from my high school years. Of H.G. Wells' novel, a futuristic novel, and you have humanity has split at the end, okay, into the Morlocks. Okay, there's a horrible or industrial, they're kind of subterranean enslavers, and then you have the Eloi. The Eloi are all very gender bending, and they're like the boys are very girlish, and they're all kind of they're eating fruits, and they're lying, and they're enjoying life, and everything's very hedonistic. There's a girl drowning. Look, a girl is drowning. They can't do anything about it. And that's what our universities, our elite schools are turning out. The Eloi.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Well, there we are. Yep. So